Good morning, Enid, Oklahoma. It is Thursday, April 14th. Good to see you again. We are excited to bring you another great show in a quick 30 minutes. Right now, 42 degrees, kind of a fogginess out there in the low areas this morning, so be careful if you're driving, but it's going to be a Chamber of Commerce picture-perfect day. Sunny and 73, slight breeze out of the east at 3. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm Steve Kime. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, I'm Jomara Ortiz. Thank you for joining us.
Jomara, thank you for being here, and here we are once again. Ashley is on special assignment. We'll just leave it as that. We'll just say special assignment. We're not sure. But anyway, we missed her this morning, but we're glad that you're with us because we've got a great show today.
Yes, it is time to rise and shine, Enid.
Good morning, Enid. It's 7:31 on this Thursday, April 14th, getting real close to tax time. Got your taxes done?
I did.
Yeah.
I got it done.
I'm one of those early bird kind of person. You just kind of want to get the misery over with as soon as, and painful experience over with as soon as possible. But anyway, the year is moving along. Well, Jomara, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, Steve.
You bet. I mean, you just keep moving from chair to chair.
Right.
So you're used to every little spot that we have. So, and we're glad that you're with us this morning. We have a great show. Governor Mary Fallin will be visiting with us this morning through technology and stuff like that. So we're excited. Okay, let's look at the statewide temps right here in Enid, Oklahoma. It's 42 degrees, but as Penn put together our chart this morning, our graphic this morning, I don't know, is that Hanobia? Hanobia. Hanobia. I should have known that because I'm from Oklahoma. I should know that. Well, anyway, down the southeast part of the state, it's 49. Spanival, you know, been there. It's 50 degrees. Arcadia, you know, Arcadia has this round barn. It's round, a red barn. It's located on Route 66. It's a statewide attraction, and people all over the U.S. come. It's 100-some years old, probably about 115 years old now. But it's a round barn. It's huge.
That's
but it's
pretty
in
amazing.
Arcadia, right there, northeast of Oklahoma City. I've been to Beaver, Oklahoma, out in the Panhandle. So you see the temperatures all the way from 54 down to 49. Again, we're going to have a gorgeous day today. Right here in Enid, it's 42. And in case you're planning your weekend, I have an 8-year-old grandson who has a big soccer match in Norman, Oklahoma on Saturday morning. I heard some rain may come in for the weekend, but I think it might hold off. Let's look at the 3-day forecast. Jomara, how does it look?
Well, it's looking pretty good, Steve.
Except Sunday.
Yes, there's about 70. The weekend, the high temperatures will be 70 in the high 70s and the low 50s. Like you said, except Sunday where we might have some rain. But I'm glad to see that Saturday it's pretty clear. There's a lot of activities happening in Enid this weekend. So it's a promising weekend.
73 degrees for Saturday, as you said, and that's the thing is, we've got a 5K race that's coming up. And look at my notes. What is it? Warm Your Heart. I think we may have some information on that for the screen for you. The Warm Your Heart 5K, and I believe that is Saturday. There you go.
Yes.
And I think this is one of those Junior Welfare League events, fundraising events. And again, they'll have 73-degree weather for their Saturday 5K run. So that's exciting.
Yes, it is.
Well, it was a big, are you a basketball fan?
I am, but don't ask me about any teams.
That's good. I like that answer. Yes, but don't ask me a thing. Okay. Well, last night was a big NBA history-making moment. You don't have to know anything about sports, but anyway, it was history-making. You've got one team that wins more games than anybody in NBA history, And then you have a particular player who's kind of retired, but he went out with 60-some points. So big night in basketball. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Penn. You can see Golden State. They won 73. I think the record was 72 games in one season, which is incredible by the Chicago Bulls 20 years ago. But the Warriors put on quite a show last night. I was going between the Warriors and Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, watching the games back and forth, because they were both really historical events. So anyway, to find out a little bit more about some historical events, it's time for the Oklahoma Minute. We need to bring back the bow tie guy once again this morning at 7:35, and here's Derrick, Silas.
Many schools districts in Oklahoma are struggling with budget decisions, and more than 100 districts are considering shorter weeks to save money. According to a survey by the Cooperative Council for Oklahoma School Administration, more than 1,000 school employees could find themselves out of a job next year. Governor Mary Fallin, Tulsa Mayor Dewey Bartlett, and Tulsa Regional Chamber President Mike Neal will head to New York tomorrow in hopes of persuading the Williams Company to stay in Tulsa. Monday, April 18th, is the deadline to file your returns and to pay taxes this year to avoid late penalties and interest. Usually it's April 15th, but because it's a legal holiday, Emancipation Day, the tax day is the following weekday. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs begin this weekend. The Thunder will play the Mavericks Saturday in Oklahoma City. And on this day in history, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln is fatally shot in the head at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. by John Wilkes Booth. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Jomara.
And we're supporting the Thunder today with our blue, I think. Go Thunder. As Derrick said, they're going to play the Dallas Mavericks this Saturday. So the playoffs begin, or let the playoffs begin, as they say.
Right.
So you're looking really sharp this morning. They call that TV blue.
Thank you, Steve.
So,
you're looking pretty sharp yourself.
Yeah.
Not doing bad.
For an old piece of furniture, not bad, huh? Okay.
Right, no.
All right, what's next here at 7:37?
Well, we want to remind everyone that if you have any questions or comments, or if you want to share pictures with us, you can send them to gme@enid.org. We can see the cows on the screen. So if you want to share anything with us, just go to gme@enid.org.
Now, you just said you didn't really know anything about basketball. How about those cows? Do you know what kind of cows those are?
Those are the Holstein cows,
Very
right?
good. Very good, yeah. We have any pictures this morning? You know, we usually have pictures of Nelson. And, okay, we've got a new family member.
There we go.
And it's quite a show when we're showing all these cattle, right? There's Desmond. He looks like he's on a high-protein weight program, doesn't he? He looks like he weighs as much as a pickup truck. That is a big boy.
He looks healthy.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
I wonder if Nelson? Nelson is his brother or cousin. I'm not sure. But Nelson, you see the resemblance?
Nelson.
They're both monster size. That's the resemblance. So.
Nelson seems like he has a personality, don't you think? Facing that camera, he's a natural.
Like, hurry, click the picture, let's move on kind of deal. Now, I don't have cattle at the farm where I'm at. I have wild rabbits. I need to show you the pictures of my rabbits. Okay. My rabbits are the size of German Shepherds. They are huge rabbits. Wow. But they're wild, but they get used to me every evening, and I feed them multi-grain Cheerios sometimes. They just love that.
There you go.
Of course, they're always out there eating grass and stuff like that. Good morning, Enid. 7:39. The morning is moving quickly for us. High today's going to be 73. It is going to be a golf course day today. 73, sunny. And the wind right now is out of the east-southeast at 3, so it's going to be really, really nice. So,
just a beautiful day. Just a beautiful day. Well, Brooke is back this morning. Let's see what she has to say.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for having me back this morning. I'm glad to be with you. We had a great concert, sold out Willie Nelson last night, but looking forward to this week, we will have For King and Country to Australian Brothers Christian concert this Sunday, and we do have tickets still available. So if you're interested in coming, be sure to get your tickets for that show. You don't want to miss it. Then looking forward, in May, we'll have the Beach Boys. So the Beach Boys will be here on May 22nd, and we do have the beach party before the show, and we are almost sold out for that. So you want to be sure to get your tickets for that event. And then looking into the summer, Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. They married in Hawaii in 1982, so it'll be a great show, the two of them. And Pat Benatar herself is trained in elaborate melodies, so that should be an interesting show, and I know we've got several fans out there excited for this event. And then, if you haven't heard yet, the most recent announcement that we've made is Alabama. That will be this summer, June 18th, on a Saturday night. I know we've got a ton of fans that are really excited about this event, so you don't want to miss listening to the songs of the South. Now back to you, Jomara and Steve.
Very good, Brooke, thanks. And it's good to have Brooke back. I'm not a big country fan, never have been, but I've always enjoyed the music of Alabama. I don't know how familiar you are with them, but they're a very harmonious group. You know, they sing together in their harmonies, or whatever the term that you use. So that's about as country as I get, if you will, but that's exciting. And just think about all the shows that we've been having.
Right. We've been very busy, and it's nice to see that the event center is bringing such great variety, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Real quickly, we need to look at the menu because we got Governor Fallin close by. So let's look at the menus for pre-K all the way up to the 5th grade. Today, you're going to have, oh my word, Salisbury steak, scalloped potatoes, baked okra. Now, I can do okra. I like okra. Banana, I'd leave that for the next person. And then we'll have the breadstick. What was the WG? I'm trying to remember.
Is it
Whole grain. Voice from above told us whole grain, and then milk. But the baked okra, I can do that. How about Friday, Jomara?
Well, Friday looks pretty good. There's chicken sandwich, tater tots, ranch beans, pickles, tropical fruit, and milk. I like Friday's menus.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, a little bit better than that. Okay, well, we got to get to your segment.
Yes. Well, for my segment, One-on-One with Jomara, Steve had the opportunity to interview Governor Mary Fallin. And this was as part of the Municipal Week at the Capitol. Let's watch the video and see what Governor Fallin has to say.
What's important to a lot of the folks in Northwest Oklahoma and Enid is certainly water. And Enid relies on water wells. We have 3 different water well fields in the area. We don't have a lake. We don't have a lake to water ski or a lake for really drinking water. But there has been an effort the last year or so to look into the feasibility of receiving water from Call Lake without really disturbing lake levels and things of this nature. And I want to look at my notes. There's the Water for 2060 Act, and the goal is for water consumption in 2060 to equal the amount consumed in 2012.
Absolutely.
That's an impressive goal, knowing the growth of our communities. And one thing that kind of limits the growth of Enid and Northwest Oklahoma is, boy, we don't have a Grand Lake. We don't have a Lake Eufaula. We don't have a Texoma. So that's really challenging. Can you just tell the folks in Enid what this, Water for 2060 Act is all about?
Absolutely. Well, one of the things I've worked on for many, many years is trying to address the water needs of Oklahoma, whether it's drinking water in our communities, where there's water for agriculture, water for manufacturing, water for recreation, water for the oil and gas industry, whatever the water might be used for, but also recognizing the fact that up until June of last year, we had been in a 7-year drought in the state of Oklahoma. In fact, one of the reasons why we've been having a lot of grass fires, especially recently, has been because we've been so parched for many, almost a decade now, many, many years, but almost a decade. And so a couple of years back, in working with my energy secretary and various officials with the Water Resources Board, we set a goal that we would use no more water in 2060 than we did, I should say, in 2012, because it's important to have the water that we need for not only our drinking, but for economic development purposes, for growth and populations in our various communities, and certainly for businesses and industries. But the other side of the coin is not only to have a goal, but to also have a water management plan. And so we developed a water management plan and different water management regions in the state of Oklahoma to get businesses and communities thinking about how we utilize water and what's the amount of water that we need, looking not only for today but into the future. And I'll give you an example in Enid. Koch Industries has been really, really good in doing what we call reusing water, which is essential because there's a lot of industries like Koch that uses a lot of water in the production of their services.
Millions of gallons a day.
Absolutely. And so we want to be good stewards of our water and our land and our air. And so we began another plan, another council, besides just conservation of water, of repurposing water, reuse of water. And so I established a council last year that would look at the reuse of water. In other words, taking water that you can't drink, but can you repurpose it and use it in some type of manufacturing capacity, or maybe the energy sector or something else. And so not only are we conserving our water that we have, making sure it's going to be available, but also looking at ways we can better have reuse of wastewater, basically, and other types of water that you might not be able to drink.
Well, we certainly enjoy the partnership with Koch Industries, Koch Nitrogen, because they're a great community partner for us, and we really enjoy their conscientious effort to conserve water, but make the most of every drop, and they do a great job. They're a great partner for us. Governor, recently you attended the Governor's Conference, and I believe it was in Washington, D.C., and I believe that you attend that every year. Can you tell the folks here in Northwest Oklahoma, what does our Oklahoma governor do at that Governor's Conference?
Well, absolutely, Steve. I'm one of these big believers that you can learn from other governors, you can learn from other states, and basically one of the things I enjoy most about that conference, the National Governors Association, which, by the way, I was national chair a couple of years back, is that you can talk about what we call best practices. And we have a governors only session where we meet once or twice during that annual meeting, in which we talk about Medicaid reform, we talk about education, we talk about tax reform, we might talk about the EPA and the rules or guidelines, we might talk about Obamacare, and lots of different topics, but we talk about the best practices of what things have worked, what things have not worked among the governors themselves, outside of our regular meetings in that association. So it's very helpful because I've heard lots of good different programs, and we've come back to Oklahoma, we've checked into some of those things. One of the initiatives I launched through the National Governors Association when I was chairman a couple of years ago was a program called America Works, Education and Training for Tomorrow's Jobs. And it was a national thing that I launched with different governors across the nation to look at how we can build a better pipeline of talent in our workforce to meet the needs of our employers, while also helping those who are looking for jobs have the skill sets that they need so they would have relevant work skills to the job openings. And we actually brought that back home and launched it last year across Oklahoma with a program called Oklahoma Works. And so we did 9 regional town hall meetings across the state, bringing employers with our higher education institutions, our career technology schools, and our superintendents for K through 12 schools, to have them talking at the table about what work skills do we need, not only for today, but looking into the future, so we can have a stronger, more vibrant economy in Oklahoma.
Governor, in preparation for this interview, I was doing research for potential questions, and I was talking with a variety of people in Enid, and I said, if you had an opportunity to talk to Governor Mary Fallin, what would you ask her? And one of the questions that came up said that, okay, Governor Mary Fallin, she was our first female lieutenant governor. Is that correct? And then first female governor. And the question that the person said, well, Steve, ask her this. Did she sense any pressure from anyone being that first female lieutenant governor and governor? Was there this added pressure that, by golly, I'm going to do a really, really good job?
Well, I think the pressure was on myself. You know, when I can still remember when I was elected the first woman lieutenant governor of Oklahoma, back 20 years ago, which is kind of scary, but 20 years ago, it's hard to believe it's been that long. But I remember as a young mother, and I had my children who were 7 and 10 at that time, and I can remember walking down the front steps of the Capitol, and there's this nice crowd out front, a couple thousand people. I was getting ready to take my oath of office, and I had my 2 children, my husband behind me, and as I walked out, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm the first woman to do this. I better do it well and do it, do it very, very good, because people look towards those who have gone before them to be a role model. And so I'm very conscientious of that as a mother, as a woman, that hopefully I can pave the way so that other women will take an opportunity to try things they had never tried before.
Sure.
And not only do I tell women that, but I tell young men that. When I talk to Boy State, or I might talk to the seniors or high school students who are coming here to Page at the Capitol, I tell them that never in my life did I dream when I was a young girl that I'd be a governor, ever. Never crossed my mind. But as I continued on through my political career, and people say, well, why don't you think about running for this? And I would think, well, no one's ever done that before. I can't do that. And so I tell the young folks to dream big, take chances, work hard, stay out of trouble, and you can be anything you want to be if you'll work hard and do those things, and don't give up. And along with that, Steve, I think it's important, I should say, that we set expectations high for every Oklahoman to achieve their dreams based upon whatever it is they want to do. But we provide them with a quality education. We make sure we have the right standards, the right education system in place. We provide businesses with the right opportunity to be profitable, and that's always been one of my top goals, is to make Oklahoma business friendly, and that we provide a good quality of life, things to do in our state for our families and for businesses looking at moving people to Oklahoma. I mean, we should always set the opportunity high so that people can achieve their own personal dreams for themselves.
Well, for the full interview, you can watch the enidtv.org. And now it's time for our department head video. This morning we have Dana Watkins.
Hello, I'm Dana Watkins, Director of Information Technology. The Information Technology IT department was created to ensure the city's information needs were met. In addition, the IT department is responsible for all technical related issues concerning the city of Enid. If I can be of service to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Well, now it's time for the Oklahoma Minute. Let's see what Derrick has to say.
Well, the hot topic in Oklahoma is the budget. Lawmakers have a plan to reduce or eliminate tax credits to fill part of a $1.3 billion budget hole for the fiscal year starting July 1. And Monday, April 18th, is the deadline to file taxes to avoid late charges. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs begin this weekend. The Thunder will play the Mavericks Saturday. And on this day in history, 1912, the Titanic hits an iceberg, causing 1,500 passengers to die in the sinking ship or freezing in the icy North Atlantic waters. Approximately 700 survived. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Jomara.
Thank you, Derrick, the bow tie guy. Good morning, Enid at 7:53, holding steady, 42 degrees. High today. Jomara's going to be a gorgeous, sunny, plus 73 degrees. So we got a slight breeze. I hear the golf course calling. Of course, the line's busy because I won't be able to go, but anyway, it'll be great. Anyway, we got a gorgeous day lined up. I'd like to remind you at 8 o'clock, we have Miss Oklahoma, Miss Rodeo Oklahoma 2016. Had the opportunity to visit with Sydney. I'm trying to think of Sydney's last name, Spencer. Sydney Spencer. So that interview comes up at 8 o'clock this morning. Stay tuned for that if you can. Let's look at the 3-day forecast real quick for plans for the weekend.
Well, it's going to be in the high 70s, Steve, except for Sunday where we have some rain. Low 50s throughout.
We need the rain.
Yes, it looks great on Saturday though. I know we have lots of events. It's cloudy and windy, but in the high 70s. Overall, it looks nice.
Overall, it looks really nice.
And we need the rain though.
We do need the rain, absolutely. At 7:54, I'd like to remind you the Big Blue Band. Last week, Jomara, you had the opportunity to talk with one of the band boosters. You're going to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And that date for the is May something?
It's on the Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's a Monday.
So you see the information
sure
on the
the date.
screen.
Yes.
And so if you can help out the Enid Big Blue Band, about $1,000 per student.
Yes.
to take care of all their expenses as they go and represent Oklahoma and also Enid. That's coming up Memorial Day weekend, and that's next month.
And they've been working so hard,
They've been working
Steve.
real hard.
Yes.
Okay, we're glad Brooke is back. And I'll tell you what, Willie Nelson was in town last night along with some other folks. I did not make it to the show. I apologize for that. But I was outside listening. No, not really. So anyway, it was exciting news in Enid. And with more exciting news, here's Brooke.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for having me this morning. Yes, we did have a sold-out concert for Willie with the special guest that showed up, Chris Stapleton. So we were glad to have him back again. Now, looking forward this weekend on Sunday, we have For King and Country. They'll be here on Sunday, and we do have tickets still available. So if you'd like to come, be sure to get your tickets. Looking forward into May, Beach Boys will be here on May 22nd with the beach party before the concert, and we're almost sold out for the beach party. So if you want to come to that, don't forget to get your tickets. And then this summer, Pat Benatar with her husband, Neil Giraldo. They were married in Hawaii in 1982, and she is trained in elaborate melodies. So that's going to be a great show this summer. And then just right after that, our most recent announcement is Alabama on June 18th. And that you really don't want to miss. We're really excited to have them. So be listening to the Songs of the South. Thank you, and back to you, Jomara and Steve.
Very good. Thank you, Brooke. Holding steady, 42 degrees on this gorgeous Thursday, April 14, getting close to tax day. And again, the cutoff day was the 18th, not the 15th?
Yes,
But it was
the new
18th?
date is the 18th.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. All right, let's look at the menus one more time this morning. If you have a pre-K all the way up to the 5th grade, today's menu, we're going to have some steak, scalloped potatoes, the okra part, the banana, oh man, and the whole grain WG breadstick, along with some milk. I think Friday looks just a little bit better.
Yeah, Friday looks pretty good.
Personally.
Yes, there's a chicken sandwich, tater tots, ranch beans. I've never had ranch beans. Pickles, tropical fruit, and milk.
Ranch beans. Sounds good. It's 7:57. Thank you for all you do to adopt our pets here in the Enid community. And 249-4910 is the number to call. But we want to show you this promo real quick, just to remind you of the need to find a home for our pets.
We are located at 1200 South 10th here in Enid, Oklahoma, and our phone number is 580-249-4910.
And again, thank you for all you do to adopt our pets, 249-4910. We want to welcome Jessica in just a couple weeks. Well, she'll be bringing us some pets, live and in person, some pets. So we have a new person to help us out in animal control, Jessica. Real quick, a picture from Washington, D.C. Gerald Gilbert, city manager, sent that this morning. And that's pretty quick. I mean, that just came right off the press. You can see the contingent there with Representative Steve Russell right there in the middle. You see the little lapel pin. And anyway, that's what's happening. Jomara, thank you so much. Our show and our time together is over with. So.
Well, thank you, Steve, for the opportunity.
Don't forget, City Commission meeting next
Next Monday, Tuesday. Next Tuesday,
Right.
yes.
All right here on ATN. Make it a great day, everyone.